Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I've been playing a little bit of Alien Dark Descent lately, and I feel like I've gotten a couple of small little tips that I think I can provide for people for early on. Nothing deep game. I'm not even really that far into it yet, but stuff that can probably help you survive a little bit earlier on. And we'll go ahead and get into that right here. Now, the first tip that I want to give you is whenever you go into a mission, or deployment rather, you want to make sure that you plan your mission out. Every deployment allows you a little bit of freedom, and you also have access to the map for the most part. You might have to gather the map for a certain area if you haven't been there before, and in that case, it's going to be a little harder to plan. But once you've gathered the maps and you've spent the workshop points or whatever, the tools on uncovering the maps, then you'll be able to zoom into the maps and move them around. There we go. And you'll be able to see a little bit more on the map. Now later on, after you've found more things, you even find things like this, which if you go to the legend, you can see this is a spawn point where enemies can come in. Other things will be uncovered on a map as you progress and you explore, like ammo locations and PDAs and tools. And the other thing is, it'll also help you figure out where you want to start your mission, whether you want to start here, here, or wherever you are, because there are other areas. This is not the only map. Once you've made your plan, you want to go ahead and stick to it. You don't really want to wander off too much from that plan, because if you do, you can end up really jeopardizing the survivability of your squad. And if everyone in your squad dies, it's game over, and you have to reload from a previous load point. As for exploration, I'm not saying don't explore. What I am saying though is plan for exploration. If you think that there's some stuff that you need to discover along the way, like these dark areas on the map that haven't been explored yet, well, make sure you route that into your into your plan. In this situation here, my goal is up here, so I would probably want to initially go ahead and take care of the goal, because this building up here has quite a few rooms, and you can see that some of them are pretty small and they only have one door. And anytime you only have one or two doors, you'll be able to create a rest point, and we'll get on the rest points here in a bit too. But this allows you to be able to go up here, do this mission. After you're done clearing out this building, you exit out this way, come back by the ARC, drop off anything like any survivors or anything, and then you can come into this building, make it through here, and start working your way down towards this way, and have the ARC meet you down here. Or get done exploring this building, go back to the ARC, and drive it to a completely different new location. Next tip is to take your time. Don't sprint everywhere you go. It's real easy to go in through a door or come around a corner and stumble on a Xeno, and you're just not ready for the fight. And if you're running in the middle of stumbling on something, you can easily end up fumbling around with the controls and not doing the right thing and end up just messing up. And if you're sprinting, Marines don't run and gun. If they're sprinting, they don't shoot. And if they're not shooting, aliens are just able to hit you with ease. They are faster than your Marines. They will just nip at the butt of your guy at the end. So, best suggestion is to take your time, move slowly, and if you end up in a big fight and things are starting to look a little hairy, don't panic. Panic running is just going to get you killed. Another tip I've got for you is to make sure that you keep your relationship in your ARC, or with your ARC or your ARC, nice and tight. Try to remain somewhat close to the ARC. If you are moving too far away from it, it might be a good idea to relocate the ARC to a different location. They can move freely without you. They don't have to be direct. You don't have to be inside them to move. Although one of the best ways to relocate with an ARC is to simply, let me extract the survivor, is to go ahead and redeploy the squad and move to a different location. Here, we'll move pretty far away just so we get a good example of what happens.
Looks like they found us. Let's rock!
Now the ARC has those big guns on it, and makes it very easy to just go ahead and mow down any sort of Xenos that might be coming along your way or coming after you. So if you're close enough to it, you can always rely on it to fall back on and defend your guys with. But remaining close to it will always keep it nice and safe. Will keep you safe, rather. And it'll also make it so that you have a nice, easy, quick exfil to get out. The fourth tip I have for you, and this is going to be to not sleep on resting. Now, I don't mean don't rest. I mean literally make sure you rest. Now, in order to rest, you need to find yourself a room that has either 1 or 2 doors in it that you can weld. You go ahead and have your guy weld it. Of course, it costs tools, so you go ahead and make sure you have tools. That's why I picked this room, so I would definitely have tools to do this with. And the last guy will weld the door. Once the door is welded, you'll see a little button up here that says rest, and you can rest. Resting has the benefit of saving your progress, healing your stress to 100 again, regenerating all of your command points if you've used any of them, and healing any hemorrhage on the Marines. You also have a bonus of a couple other things that could happen while resting, depending on what sort of perks that your current set of Marines that you've brought with you have. Sometimes you can have a Marine that allows you to refill ammo a little bit while you're resting. The other thing is, do not sit on the rest area for too long. Make sure you break that weld and get out of that room, because if you don't, an alien will eventually roll by and check that door to see if it's locked. And if it's locked, the alien will work on that door to break it open and find your team in there. So you can't just hide in there forever. The last tip I have for you is to pick your battles. Don't pick a fight with every Xeno bad or bug or whatever you find in the game. You'll lose. Any chance you get, avoid a fight by hiding or even just waiting. Don't give in to your Marines' chatter telling you to move on if you know the Xeno is on the other side of a door. Be patient and hope it walks away. Hopefully with all these tips you can avoid the massive onslaught when the aliens all decide to get real hard and aggressive on you. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and come back for more. See ya.